Hello viewers, it's Aaron again, bringing you another random rambling video. I started this on Thursday, the 20th day of November in 2025 at 2:42 a.m. Allow me to welcome you to my channel and thank you for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe before sharing this video and turning on the post notification bell. I overate again last night. My friend sent me some double cheeseburgers from Wendy's. That's right, some. Not one, not two, some. It was 3 to be exact. And I like to be exact when I can. And then it was exactly 3 double cheeseburgers from Wendy's. Along with a large Coca-Cola. Or Dr. Pepper, I'm not sure which one it was. I couldn't really taste it because there was burger in my mouth every time I took a drink out of it. I think it was Coca-Cola. The 3 double cheeseburgers, and then, as my burgers were being delivered, my roommate's mother brought me and her son Kenny, my roommate, up a bunch of snacks. Some things to drink and some snacks to munch on. And so, of course, after eating 3 double cheeseburgers from Wendy's, I had some popcorn, and I had a turkey sandwich from the front desk where they bring up these diabetic snacks. I am diabetic, but I don't have to worry about my blood dropping tonight, I promise you that. And now I'm sipping on some Hawaiian Punch. This is Polar Blast. It's some good stuff. That's some good stuff, Maynard. I don't know. Thanksgiving isn't exactly Thanksgiving 2025 is exactly 1 week from today. I used to think I was so clever when I was a kid, because I used to say, "Hey Mom, if the day before Christmas is called Christmas Eve, what do you call the day before Thanksgiving?" "I don't know, Aaron, what do you call it?" "Wednesday." Ha ha ha. And she'd say, "Yes, son, Wednesday. Wednesday comes before Thanksgiving Thursday." Yes, it does. Well, she would probably laugh along with me and act like I was being as clever as I thought I was. If the day before Christmas is called Christmas Eve, what do you call the day before Thanksgiving? Wednesday. Get it? Do you get it? I'm sure you do. And we always get it. We always know what you're saying, Joey. My roommate snores worse than anyone I've ever heard in my life. Sounds like a bear. And the worst part is he not just snores, but he snores and farts at the same time. All night long. And now he has a smoker's cough, and so he coughs and snores and coughs and talks in his sleep. I can't understand a word he says. But then again, I can't understand a word he says when he's awake. He doesn't have the clearest articulation in the world, like me. I can't say anything about him because I'm a mush mouth myself. I got sloppy, spongy articulation myself. So I can't say much about him. I can say a lot about Kim, but I've already tried that on this channel and no one really cared about her. Kim was my best friend throughout high school, my world in high school. I was in love with Kim and she didn't give 2 shits about me, as it turned out. I knew she didn't care about me romantically. That's not the problem, because we weren't ever in a romantic relationship. But I thought she cared about me as a friend. She was my world. I cared about her as a friend very much, so much that I fell in love with her. But I know now she never gave 2 shits about me as a friend or as anything. We got into it a while back, and I called her a bunch of names I should not have. There's no question about that. I called her sluts and whores and, the C word and bitch and everything else. Because I was mad because she was trying to get me mad. And it worked. And so it wasn't a face-to-face confrontation. It was over text. Because she was ignoring my texts, and that drives me crazy. I do the same thing to my guy friends. It wasn't a girl thing. My guy friends, I'll text them, and they don't text back, I'll text them again. If they don't text back, I'll text them and try to say something different. Like, hey, what's up? You okay? Or whatever. Are you getting these? Just things like that to not seem so crazy for texting them a million times. But that's how I feel. That's how I get. I get nuts when people don't answer my text back, and eventually I do start to worry.
Yeah.
What'd you say? Yeah. That was just part of his screaming in the middle of the night. Anyway, that was my roommate. We didn't hear him. So, she was ignoring my text. She admitted that she was doing it on purpose eventually. But I thought she was doing it on purpose, so... she was ignoring my text, and I finally said... at one point, I kept saying, I'm worried about you. Please just let me know if you're getting these. Let me know that you're okay. And it was just weird that we were texting every day, all day, for a while. This was years after high school. We came across paths again after having lost touch completely. My friend from the pool hall, my friend Josh, started dating her sister, Shannon. Her twin sister, Shannon. They got to talking about McClure, and somehow, my name came up, and he was like, yeah, I know him. And so we all went out to dinner. He and his girlfriend Shannon, my friend Kim's sister, twin sister, and me by myself. There's that smoker's crop I was talking about. And so we all went out to dinner, and then Kim and I exchanged numbers while we were out to dinner that night, after having not talked in a long time. And so then we were texting. It was good seeing her again. It was good seeing each other again, I guess, because we texted all day, every day. Until one day, she just didn't respond once, and then I texted her back. And she didn't respond again, and I kept texting her, and she didn't respond, and I finally said, are you ignoring me? I said, are you ignoring me? And she sent back a text that said, gee, you think? And so I went off on her, like, fuck you then, bitch. What the fuck you ignoring me for? At first I said, well, what the fuck you ignoring me for? She said, because I want to. I'm like, well, why? She said, I have to give you a reason why. I said, well, what the fuck you ignoring me for? And she said, because I want to, and that's when I went off. That's when I went off. Bitch, fuck you, bitch, cunt, whore. Everything. And, that was going on 20 years ago. It's been 17 years since that incident. And there's nothing she could have said to me that I couldn't forgive her for 17 years later. Nothing she could have said to me or about anyone in my family that I couldn't forgive 17 years later. She won't forgive me. I've asked a couple times. She's blocked me from everything. I had my friend Brandon try to get a hold of her on his phone saying, hey, I'm getting a hold of you for Aaron. He wants to give him another chance, and she just won't. She's written me off, and it hurts. What's that? What time am I going to bed? In a minute, once I finish this video. Bed about 3 o'clock in about 9 minutes. You want to know what time I was going to bed? I guess the light's bothering him. So I'll hang it up here in a minute so I can get to bed and turn off this light and get out of my roommate's get off my roommate's nerves. So that's what I think I said him, and it rhymed with Kim. No, what I said was I think no one wants to know about him, and then I said no one wants to know about Kim. And I told you a little bit about Kim. She was my world in high school, my best friend. Ooh, I loved me some Kim. We got into it, now she went out and she just won't forgive me. She cannot find it in her heart to forgive, I guess. They say sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Not in the case of Kim. Apparently, I doubt that sticks and stones would break her bones. And clearly words do hurt her. Sticks and stones may, never being forgiven may break my heart, but words would never hurt me. That's how I feel. Call me what you want. Say what you want about me, my family, anybody. If I care about you, I'm going to forgive you. I promise you at some point. Certainly 17 years later, I will have forgotten and forgiven. Same thing with my aunt. My only living relative is my Aunt Kara. She got mad because I was wondering about my estate from my grandmother's death, her mom's death. It had been, I don't know, it had been a year or so, and everything was out of probation. I knew that. She just had to see the probation lawyer, and she wouldn't do it. Because I told her, I said, I need money. And it wasn't about, I would rather have my grandma back than have a little bit of money. It was like $1,800, I think, in the end. And I told her, I said, I could use, the money. And she said, all you care about is money. My mother died, and all you care about is money. And she blocked me from social media, and she hasn't forgiven me either. And I told her, I said, it's not about the money. I do need money, but, I loved my grandma as much as you loved your mother. I just wanted to know what you're going to do. And because it was all up to her, if it was up to me, I would have gotten off my ass and saw the probation lawyer. Not probation. The, what's it called? Not rebate. The, prohibition, not prohibition. What the hell is it called when the stuff comes off of, whatever it's called. She had to go see that lawyer. The probate lawyer, that's what it was. She had to go see the probate lawyer to get everybody's, she had some money coming, of course. I'm sure she had hers. My sister's husband, her widower, had money coming, because my sister would have money coming, but she had passed away by then. And she passed away by the time it was out of probate. She wasn't dead yet when my grandma passed. But she did die later that year, after my grandmother passed in 2020, and she was dead by the time it got out of probate. And when it came time to dish out the money, her money went to her sons and her husband. Most of my money went to the lawyers. But I did still wind up with like $1,800 and something, which was nice when you got nothing. $1,800 is better than being dead fucking broke. That's for sure, but I'd rather have my grandma back. She was my best friend when she died. I was her buddy. She'd always call me my buddy. She'd call me Bud or Buddy. Or Airy. She'd call me Airy. I don't know how I got on that either. I don't know how I go down these roads. But anyway, after how long? How long has this been going on? After almost 14 minutes. No, just past 13 minutes. I'm going to hang it up now. 2 Fingers A-Dub Club. See you when I see ya. Pizza rolls. I forgot to turn it off. Here we go. Pizza rolls. Peace. See ya. See ya. See ya. Peace.